Welcome everybody to day 5 of No Effort is Wasted, and we are on day 3 of Elder Kearon's story. I'm just excited to finish it up, and you got to see what else happens in this story. It's absolutely wonderful. So, lots of stuff that's been happening, right? We read that yesterday. If you haven't listened to that episode, go back. Elder Kearon says this. He shared, there was a sweet moment, like at this, when he's not progressing, right? This is what we ended with yesterday. When the missionary said, "Would you receive a blessing?" To which I responded, he says, "What would that look like?" And they described it. You will sit in a chair, and Elder McVeigh will put his hands on your head, and he will say a special prayer for you. By then, they knew that they couldn't use their language. That's interesting, right? They had to use his language, Elder Kearon's thinking at the time, to communicate with him in simple terms. I think these are all key things, right, as he talks to us, right? And I love this next part. I think this next part is, I can't see Elder Kearon being like this, but this is what he said. He said, I grudgingly said, okay. Could you even imagine him grudgingly doing anything? Grudgingly? Maybe not at this point in his life, but he grudgingly said, okay. An appointment was made for 2 or 3 days later, and I came back. Elder McVeigh did put his hands on my head, and the sisters were there making a record of that blessing. He continues, and these are his words. It wasn't while I was sitting there that I realized something had changed. It was when I got up and left the chapel and was back on the street in London. I was walking along. He says, I remember exactly what I was doing. I was going to the bank. In a moment, I went from my cynical, skeptical, doubtful self to one who was exuberant. I felt light on my feet. I felt thrilled. There are no words to describe how I felt. It was just the most beautiful feeling. It was extraordinary. It was like an amplification of all the feelings that I'd had with the sisters. It was all of that magnified. At once, I was thrilled. Then my longstanding self said, they really have something. I'm going to have to do something about it. He was thrilled. But again, he still felt conflicted. This is so interesting to me. So, a little while later, with that beautiful thought and with his little he calls literal intervention from heaven, which I think that's what it takes. After all their work, with not one of those efforts wasted, each one of them building a foundation of trust and delivering spiritual message after spiritual message and reminder after reminder that he was a son of God. After all that, he had to admit it was glorious, right? The sisters went on to teach me, he says. Then they picked what they thought was an auspicious date. After multiple other invitations and dates, right? He says probably 15 to 25. They thought, well, if he doesn't go for this, I don't know what. So they invited him to be baptized on Christmas Eve, 1987. And it went ahead. In a font, he says, of freezing cold water, he was baptized. He shares this. I am so grateful to them, my friends, and my sister and senior missionaries. How I love them. Can you see him saying that? You can, can't you? No effort is wasted. I'll say it again. No effort is wasted. With the help of the Savior and his intervention, we too can become diligent, loving, caring, undaunted in our righteous expectations, glorious, loving, and faithful, resilient, and determined. We can become those things if we can just realize that no effort is truly wasted. We got one more day for day 6, but come back tomorrow. We'll finish we'll finish things up on No Effort is Wasted. And thank you for being here for his story. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? All right, we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll talk to you later. Have a great day.